Welcome to the Knit Soup Cozy channel. I'm Amy. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm very grateful that you would give this podcast a try. You can find me as Exterminate on Instagram. For those of you who are coming back to watch another episode, thank you so much. And again, I really appreciate your support and encouragement. It's been wonderful. Thank you. For those of you who are new here, I thought I would just briefly introduce myself. I'm Amy, as I said. I live in northern Nevada, which is in the western portion of the United States, with my husband, Greg, and our young daughter. And I just love knitting. I love sharing my knitting. I think that's one of the things that I love most about this craft is sharing it with other people who are as passionate as you are. I tried to do some recording last week, and I just never found my footing. I think I was trying to fit what I was comfortable with into the Vlogmas format, and I just don't think that was going to work. I did take a bunch of footage, and I may include some of that in this week's video. But I decided to hit the reset button. I decided not to try to edit the heck out of what I filmed last week to try to make it into some semblance of something that made sense, because it really didn't. This week, I'm going to do what I was doing, do what I was enjoying, and we'll see how it goes. So, excuse me. I'm drinking David's tea, Santa's Secret. I drank this obsessively about 3 years ago, and I drank myself right out of it. I was completely sick of it by the time, January of 2018 rolled around, maybe 2019. Yeah. And then I just saw it in the cabinet and thought, oh, I haven't had that in a while. I'm going to try it again, and I'm back to loving it. Okay. I first wanted to show you my James Makes Things, James Makes Yarn advent so far. It is the 12 Days of Kitschmas, and I've mentioned on a previous episode that I absolutely adore all things Kitschmas. They bring to mind my older relatives who always had the most colorful, vibrant decorations and ornaments all over their homes at this time of year. So when James put out that he was doing a 12 Days of Kitschmas, I could not resist. So this is what I've opened so far. I'm opening them every other day, so I have, I'm opening all the way through the month of December. This was day 1. Oh my goodness, look at that. This is day 2. And this is day 3. And I am in love with this. Oh my gosh, just look at that yarn. I'm in love with this yarn. I think that I mentioned it on my very first episode, but one of my thoughts is that I will knit the Painting Waves shawl by Stephen West with these minis. Lovely Mr. West, earlier this month, perhaps last month, put out a beautiful shawl called Painting Waves that is one main color, and it's 2 skeins of your main color, and then a bunch of mini skeins. And I have actually, from the West Knits Yarn Along from over the summer, I have 2 skeins of Undercover Otter And this is the colorway, the Crystal. It is a, oh gosh, 60% superwash merino, 20% silk, 20% yak. And look at this color. It's actually showing up, I don't know, it's showing up kind of reddish. It's just a really gorgeous purple. And I'm thinking of knitting the Painting Waves shawl with this color and these James minis. Oh, look at that. That's the plan right now. Like I said, these are showing up. These are showing up really red. It's so funny. I always have heard podcasters saying that. And I've always thought, it looks purple. So hopefully it looks reddish to me, but very much looks purple to you. Yeah, it's showing up in kind of a burgundy. Maybe I'll try to get a better image of it and slide it in here somewhere. Yeah, so that's the plan. I love opening these. I'll wait till tonight though. We've been doing it as a family, and I actually filmed all of those, but yeah, anyway. I'll open number 4 tonight. Okay. What else do I want to show you? I am also knitting the Cozy Knitters Advent skein this year. This is my first time doing this, and I haven't knit today's, but otherwise I am completely caught up. So this is what I've got so far. Oh, it's so pretty. I love these colors that she chose this year. They seem like almost kind of classic Christmas. Yeah. Oh, how nice is that? Now, I went with a really bold color choice for the cuff, and I hope heels and toes. I played around with a bunch of different options. I put a gray next to it, a brown, and then I just kept coming back to this color. I absolutely adore this. This is a mini skein that I got from Little Lionhead Knits. It came in a sock set, and I just don't remember which one now. I am very reluctant to break up sock sets. So, I really wanted to knit that mini. It's a really beautiful color. I've had so much caffeine, my hands are jittery. And I just think it's phenomenal with this yarn. I just love this together. Now, I don't know that I will have enough for cuffs, heels, and toes for both socks, but I was knitting another project, which I'm just about to show you, and I knit part of it in this, and they were next to each other, and I thought, oh, that's relatively close. So if I have to knit the toes in this, I think that'll be just fine. I've done some math, and I think I have this right. I'm going to knit 10 stripes, mark for an afterthought heel, and then I'll knit the foot. And I think that should take me all the way through 24 stripes. Fingers crossed. Okay. And that's in a sweet little bag that I have had for years by Quilt Knit Craft. I'm pretty sure that this was in an Etsy store. I don't know if this person is still making bags or not, but it's just got those kind of iconic Christmas images on it. I love it. Okay. My other current Advent project is the 2020 Advent pattern by Natalie Sheldon. And I've shown this to you before, so I won't spend much time showing you again. I appear to have lost the front page. These are the Advent socks. The focus of this year's pattern, which Natalie has so generously made available for free, is home and community and kind of what we've all been going through this year. Home has, kind of come to mean something essential and different. I know it has for our family. All right, let me show you what I've got so far. Now, I decided as I was knitting these and nearing the point that I was going to have to add in the heel, I realized that I would never wear these if I made them into socks. They're really kind of precious, and I know myself, and I love my socks, and I wear them constantly. But these were just not meant to be socks for me. So I'm going to make them into wristers. I don't think I'll add a thumb hole or anything like that. I'm just gonna keep knitting until I finish the pattern, and then I'm just gonna add another little cuff. And then I can enjoy them up on my arms, which I'm really excited about. Okay. Now I've decided not to do the embellishments, many of which are duplicate stitch, until after I've blocked the fabric. I think my color work, I'm not a color work expert. This is something that is very new to me, and I just need more practice. So, I just love it so much. Let me show you what I've got so far. I told you I wanted this to be a riot of color, and that is exactly what it's turning into. They bring me so much joy. So I'm really enjoying planning these, figuring out which color I'm gonna add next. As you can see, there are little empty spots where later on I will duplicate stitch in the, I know up here it was a little cottage. These are gonna be trees. It's been amazing. I was not sure I was going to make the wristers match. I was thinking, I'll just do a whole separate color scheme for my second one. But I'm not sure that I want to do that. I think I might just make very small little changes and kind of see what that looks like. Like maybe I'll make this line of houses a different color or something like that. Thank you again to Natalie, who made this available for free. Natalie has some ways on her Instagram, and this is on, I believe, a Ravelry page, of ways that you can support her. And I would just encourage you to do that. This I'm knitting on a US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle. It's a 9-inch. I really like 9-inch circulars, especially for color work. The background is Roots and Rain yarn in a naturally indigo dyed colorway. And then the other colors are just bits and pieces of scraps that I have that I'm using. Okay. I didn't say, but for the Advent socks, those are on also 9-inch circulars, and I'm knitting those on 2.25 millimeter, which is a US 1. Somebody on Instagram commented that I have a lot of sock needles. I do, which is fine. No, I'm not knitting those on a US 1. I'm knitting these on a US 0. I kind of go back and forth, depending on the fabric that I want and that I'm getting. These are on a US 0. This isn't an Advent project, but I'm really enjoying knitting A Very Hobbit Christmas by Mustache Yarns. Ooh. There we go. Oh, I've made a lot of progress on these. I have already marked where I'm going to place my afterthought heel. I think these are both by, my little charms are both by Lindsay, Simply Serving. Look. Oh, there's yarn everywhere. And then this one's a little toadstool. Oh, these are most lovely. And I can actually read while I'm knitting these, and that has been so much fun. Yeah. These are on a US 1, a 2.25. Yeah. I'm going to knit all the way through the toe with this yarn. And then it worked out really well for me because I knit these in reverse. So I started the first sock at one point, and then I started the second sock so it would go in the opposite direction. What worked out really well is that this is where I'm putting in my heel, and it's in the brown stripe on both socks. That worked out well for me. So I might try to find something that either complements that brown or kind of, closely matches that brown, and that's the heel I'm going to put in. I've been a big fan of afterthought heels lately, especially for self-striping. It drives me crazy when I wish I didn't, but it drives me crazy when I have, really narrow stripes at the heel when I'm doing a traditional heel. I also just don't love the short row heels that I've tried. I've done the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is fine. I enjoy that. I just don't love the way it fits. I enjoy knitting it though. But it hasn't been the best in terms of fit for me. All right. I know I've talked about it now numerous times, but I wanted to show you because I really want to be accountable. I really want to make some progress on this week. I need to focus. I want to finish it before the end of the year. I wanted to finish this back in September. But here I am, we're in December, and I'm still knitting my Hermione Jean Granger shawl. Now I'm doubting if I said that right. So this is a pattern, I've set it, and I'll just very quickly by Tyne Swedish. And it's a very relaxing, lovely meditative knit. And I'm using 3 different yarns. I'm using a yarn by Murray & Co. Wool Goods, which is Dumbledore's Office. I'm using a yarn by a dyer who I don't believe is dyeing anymore, and that one's a Little Hocus Pocus. And then a yarn by a Homespun House, which is Melodrama. And I am in the last section of this shawl. It's just knit, 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 knit until I get my requisite number of garter ridges, garter stripes. This is the last yarn I'm using. I'm not even sure I'm going to have enough, but here's hoping. I'll knit as much as I can and then leave a little bit for some tassels at the end, and that's done. So I want to show you, I've put a progress keeper in, and that is a progress keeper that was carved by BJ of A Tilting Planet. That's where I am this week, friends. Next week, progress. It's got to be finished. Okay. Have lots else going on, but I've come to that point in the year where I say, you know what gets done gets done. I'm expecting a really happy mail delivery, and so I'm gonna stop chit-chatting for now. I've been going on for 21 minutes. I think that's a first for me. I'm gonna stop chit-chatting for now, and then I'm gonna check back in when the mail arrives. I really want to talk books this week as well. I feel like this is the time of year that I start making really lofty reading goals for myself. And yeah, I'm getting excited about that. So lofty as they are, few of them get completed, but you know what, that's fine. I enjoy setting goals for myself, and most of them I know are kind of ambitious. That's okay. So I want to talk books. I would love to start a little bit of year in review as well, both for the things that I've read, so kind of sharing with you some of my favorites from throughout the year, and then some of my favorites in terms of projects, knitting projects that I have finished this year. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I don't know that that will happen this week. I think that's more likely to happen next week. I hope you're having a great Monday, or whatever day it is when you're watching this, and I will see you soon. That very happy yarn I was expecting arrived. It's from Teeny Button Studios. There's the card. Robin. And they are two elf-inspired yarns. This one is Son of a Nutcracker. Oh, look at how pretty. And this one, Smiling's my favorite. Oh, I love these. Yay for Happy Mail! Hi there. Today, this morning, I wanted to start, it's going to be a monumental project. I wanted to start organizing my yarn scraps by color. I have so many yarn scraps, and I feel like they just all are this sort of jumbled, tangled mess at the moment, which is pretty stressful when it comes to scrappy knitting, which is my favorite. So I am going to do a little organizing, and I thought I would share that with you. I've seen a bunch of other knitters do this, and I love seeing it. I'm going to organize by color. Here we go. I have a bunch of my scraps in this gorgeous Phoebe Wall Fat Squirrel bag. I love having things in here. of these, I just don't know where to put them. I think blue. I have much more green yarn than I expected to have. This is what I mean about yarns just getting into this tangled jumble. Ooh, it's just awful. Oh, isn't that a lovely sight?